Imagine waking up tomorrow and heading to work, not to an office, not to a store, not even to a construction site. Instead, your job is to stand in a swamp and let hundreds of blood sucking worms attach themselves to your legs. Sounds terrible, right? Well, believe it or not, that wasn't even close to the worst job humans have ever had. Throughout history, people have done some truly horrifying jobs. Today, we're counting down 4 of the worst jobs in human history. And trust me, the last one will make you grateful for whatever you're doing right now. Job number 4, leech collector. Let's start with the leech collector. Back in the 18th and 19th centuries, doctors believed that removing blood could cure many illnesses. To do that, they needed leeches, millions of them. So people were hired to collect these tiny blood-sucking creatures from swamps and ponds. And how did they do it? By using themselves as bait. Collectors would walk into shallow water and wait. The leeches would attach themselves to their legs and begin feeding. Once enough leeches gathered, the collector would pull them off and store them for sale. Then they'd do it all over again. Imagine explaining that job to your friends. So what do you do for work? Oh, I get eaten by parasites. Not exactly a dream career, but things are about to get worse. Job number 3, tanner. Before leather jackets, leather shoes, and leather belts could be sold, animal hides had to be processed. And that job belonged to tanners. Now, processing leather today is bad enough. Back then, it was disgusting. Workers spent their days handling rotting animal skins. To remove hair and soften the hides, they often use mixtures containing urine and animal waste. The smell was so horrible that tanneries were usually built far away from towns and cities. People literally didn't want to live anywhere near them. Job number 2, rat catcher. For centuries, cities were overrun by rats, and somebody had to get rid of them. That somebody was the rat catcher. Rat catchers hunted rats in sewers, basements, alleys, and other places nobody wanted to go. The work was dangerous enough on its own, but there was a much bigger problem: disease. Rats carried some of the deadliest diseases in human history, including the plague. Job number 1, the gong farmer. Meet the gong farmer. Possibly the worst job in human history. In medieval England, toilets didn't flush. Instead, human waste collected in giant underground pits. When those pits became full, someone had to empty them. That someone was the gong farmer. And yes, gong was an old word for human waste. Their job was simple: climb into the pit, fill buckets, carry the waste out, repeat, night after night. The smell was unbearable. The conditions were dangerous, and the pits often contained toxic gases that could knock a person unconscious or even kill them. What was the worst job in human history? The leech collector got eaten by parasites. The tanner worked with rotting animal skins. The rat catcher risked deadly diseases every day, but the gong farmer had to climb into pits of human waste for a living. For that reason alone, many historians consider it one of the most miserable jobs ever created. The next time you complain about school, work, or waking up early, just remember, at least your job probably doesn't involve carrying buckets of medieval sewage. Hopefully.